And we're back with Richard Reviews. Today we are reviewing a book for richardreviews.com/Griffin Chestnut here on YouTube. Today's book that Richard will be reviewing for us is, of course, All Dressed Up by Jilly Gagnon. This is the official trade paperback original, and this is a official novel by Jilly Gagnon herself. It is the advanced uncorrected proof, which Richard received through his premium subscription model base, which he facilitates online. This book is not out in stores yet, and it is not on the market as of now. As of recording this, Richard is aware that this book will be hitting the market and the bookshelves on 9622, which, of course, if you can see the cover, that's what it says on the cover. That's if everything goes well in terms of the production part, the editing, the software design, the cataclysmic delvity, and the sprinkle on top of the cream cheese. Now, this book is a prerequisite to what is the follow-up nature for the second part of this review. This piece was a diabolical sandstorm, and Richard obtained it post-2014, and he also completed reading it post-2014 as well. That goes to show you how advanced Richard is in terms of reading pieces, because we're talking about the new nightmare of the catalog, and this is what brings into the new designation Sporadica, which is orchestrated by, of course, the alternate reality. And that's not to say that this series has obviously progressed since Richard started his reading, but he does see how it's destroying lives, and it's taking over signals from television religion series at the same time. So Richard would like to know who has the remembrance, who does the remembrance of all of his viewers. He would also like to know how many of his viewers are subscribed to Amazon.com. And this, of course, is in the face of the most recent installments of the Richard series book reviews. This piece is a diabolical sandstorm. In fact, even this copy right here is not finished. It's an unedited bridge copy, which Richard received through his premium membership. Richard's premium membership allows him to, of course, obtain beautiful pieces, advanced screenings. Basically, he's a very important person, a VIP, which you probably want to keep under your watch, considering the scope of his reach. He does believe in same-sex marriage, and he does acknowledge the fact that last Christmas was a very special Christmas. A very special Christmas indeed, according to Richard. His previous analysis of his book review made headway when he went over, of course, the famous Japanese literasts and, of course, the famous Russian literasts as well. He does come across some pieces that don't fare well in his reviews. They just don't hold up to the same standards as other pieces. Richard is very meticulous about which pieces he dives into, because he considers using all of his speed and brain power to develop the means and take it apart. Unfortunately, this piece comes up very, very short. That's why Richard considers this a diabolical sandstorm. This piece is extremely bad. 2 thumbs down for Richard. He does not recommend this piece to anyone. He doesn't appreciate it. He will be sending this back to Jilly Gagnon. This is, of course, a proofread. So she sent this to him, her team, her production team, in hopes that he would highly recommend it on his channel. Unfortunately for Mrs. Jilly, it did not work that way. This is a very mishmash and bowl of mashed potatoes, and the narrative is so irrelevant to the words that change every page. It sort of means the incredible. So let's get into it and what exactly Richard didn't like about it. The piece is very ugly, as you can tell. This piece is very ugly. This is the premium copy. so you can tell it's in very good condition because it was pre-packaged through an alumni. But this is the pre-packaged copy, the pre-copy deservedness, and it's the pre-shadow, and the pre-shadow doesn't hold this now. It's a horrible pre-pado, and you can't turn it against it. It's a horrible platform. Okay, this is the advanced correcting ability. The piece is in great condition. As you can see, it is a soft cover. It's a prenup copy, but the editing on the paging is not complete, as you can see. We do have a price in the back, which totals it at $17. That's the Random House publication. The back is unabridged, as well as the side. It says here it's on sale $9.16. It's not finished. Its entirety is completely uneventful. Okay, and the whole synapse and plot revolving this shows that the total lack of judgment from the main character really shows that you can be very embarrassed and almost skid marks on the pants when going over this. You feel like a frog, like a tidal frog or a brawler. It's incredibly forgetful, and your reading level is only at level 1 when reading this piece because it's very uneventful. It looks a little clannish and cornyish, but that's recommended to the start. Now, Richard did his review on this at first and felt that maybe he needed a collective mindset to ultimately distinguish whether or not this was such a good piece, or it really did deserve the horrible title and rating that he ultimately gave it. This is a very bad piece, and so Richard did read it twice, okay, just to cultivate his ethical prosperity, and wanted to fit it into a natural diabolical champion, which he ultimately failed to do. He resisted and went in on the second time, and he felt that it waved way more around the second time than the first time. So this gets a very bad review, and he does not recommend it to nobody. So, All Dressed Up by Gagnon got a horrible This is one of Richard's most hated novels. As you can tell, a returning legend, Gagnon, has some work to do in the writers department. Richard hopes that she continues her education, and he will not be sending her a promo code. That's it for Richard Reviews. We'll catch us next time here on richardreviews.com/WolfandChestnut here on Richard Reviews. This is a pre-review of All Dressed Up by Gagnon.